Hey guys, so I wanted to give a little overview of how we're going to be working annotations with Beowulf. So this is the material for Tuesday today. And so when you click on your assignment for the annotations, this is where you are going to find your text and turn it in. Okay, so it says you're going to upload a file. Each time I give you an annotation, it will be worth 50 major points. So these are huge, huge points in your grade, okay? And so this due date is Friday. So you have a couple days to go through, and it's just broken up into different chapters. Again, some of you might already have these done. If you do, you can just re-upload the ones that you've already finished, okay? So I'm going to click here to get my copy of Beowulf. And this is the document that you're going to upload to Canvas. Okay, so just a couple of reminders. When we are doing our annotations, we do want to make sure that we're making comments. So you can do it just by highlighting and then clicking on this button here to type in your comments, just like you've been annotating with everything else. You may also find it helpful to do different highlighting colors, okay, so that you can look for different things such as characterization or conflict, because those are the two real main things that we look at in Beowulf, because they're huge pieces, okay? So you might pick two colors, say blue and yellow, and one color is all for characterization and the other color is all for conflict, okay? Then I do want to point out that we have this tool, and I've mentioned it before. Okay, it's this purple puzzle piece right up here that should be installed in your Google Chrome stuff anyway. So if you click on it, it brings up this toolbar, okay? And again, you can do highlight different colors here, and you can still do your comments here, okay? And then what I really want to show you is, again, it gives you this bar so that you can maybe keep track of where you're reading, but also you can, if you click right here at the top and hit the play button, it should read to you. So if you're a person who's like, I don't get this, this is so hard, try having it read to you to see if that makes a difference.
The selection opens during an evening of celebration at Harrod, the banquet hall at the Danish King Hrothgar.
Okay, and so you can see that it highlights.
In the darkness, however,
it highlights what it's reading. You can pause it, you can stop it. And then again, I also want to show you there's a dictionary here. Okay, so this can be something that might be really helpful. So let's look at, I'm just going to pick a word. Highlight it, open up the dictionary, and it gives you the definition. So if there are words that are going to be kind of strange in here, see if you can define them as well. But I think really the reading piece is very helpful. Okay, so that's this purple puzzle piece again up here, and you can click on it and it makes it go away. But you will be doing the Wrath of Grendel, which is part 1, and then the Coming of Beowulf right here is the second kind of chapter. And then this is the section that will be due by Friday. Okay, it's about 7 pages, and notice that it's only about half the page. So it's actually less than any of the short stories that we've done so far, but it is a little bit weird because of the way that it's done, because it's a poem. Okay, and then the last thing that I want to show you is how you would read this. Okay, so you're not going to read it line by line. I'm not going to say, a powerful monster living down. In the darkness growled in pain, impatient. As day after day the music rang. That's really awkward. So I'm going to read it looking for punctuation. You've got a comma here, comma. Okay, this is a really long sentence, and it doesn't actually end until right here there's a period. Okay, so I'm going to read this whole thing as one sentence. So it would be, a powerful monster living down in the darkness growled in pain, impatient, as day after day the music rang loud in that hall, the harp's rejoicing call, and the poet's clear songs sung of the ancient beginnings of us all, recalling the Almighty making the earth, shaping these beautiful plains marked off by oceans, then proudly setting the sun and moon to glow across the land and light it. The corners of the earth were made lovely with trees and leaves, made quick with life, with each of the nations who now move on its face. Then I'm going to stop. This is called a media caesura, where we have a period in the middle of a line. And this is a very, very specific piece that Anglo-Saxon poetry uses. Okay, so please watch for these media caesuras, because we've got tons of lines where it doesn't have period until several lines down. Okay, and that's going to help with your clarity on how you're going to read Beowulf. Okay, then once you've done these two sections for your annotations, or even before you do it, if you go next, you have a couple of ed puzzles. Okay, they're not mandatory. I'm not giving points for them necessarily. They're kind of like study guides. Okay, and it's a teacher who has taken time to break down each section. Okay, so these are really helpful, but not mandatory. So we've got one for each section, the Wrath of Grendel, and one for the Coming of Beowulf. Okay, so that's what your task is for today, is to start looking at those two sections of Beowulf, maybe look through these ed puzzles, okay, and then by Friday, turn in those annotations. And I should see about 3 to 4 annotations per page. That's probably where you want to goal yourself. Okay? Please let me know if you need any help with anything, and I will see you guys tomorrow when we will have small group discussion over these first two sections. Okay? So even if you haven't finished it completely, you should have enough that you can come in and kind of talk about the pieces.